All right, gang, welcome back to our one-tile challenge here on Calmlands. It's October now, and I've been at the shop here really bright and early, pretty much right when they opened, and I've bought a slew of items today that we're going to be utilizing. Now, you can see we have $20,000, and that's due to the fact that we have purchased a bunch of stuff we really need, if I'm honest with you. And I'm hoping that this is going to work. Perfect. All right, so we've got our quickie front loader going on in the front now, which we are going to need. And obviously we've got a mower and we have a baler. Now, ideally what I want to do is eventually sell the baler and go into a pit format with a forage wagon. But right now we do not have the funds to be able to do that and stay afloat. So we are going to have to change it up a little bit and go with the round bales, at least for the foreseeable early on stages here. Easy, Walter, easy. And we're going to have to do that just so we can kind of stay afloat and make sure that we're able to succeed here in this challenge, because we're already in a hardship, as you can see. Money's running out quick. It is drying up very, very quickly. Now, I want to make a note really quick here. A couple of individuals I know for the fact, and I apologize, I forget the actual name tag of who said it, were saying that you cannot mow the grass here on Calmlands, and that is not the case. You are absolutely allowed to mow the grass. When I read that comment, I was a little concerned, but I was like, man, I swear when we did the 200 horsepower challenge on Calmlands many, many moons ago, that we were able to mow the grass. Now, it's just weeded grass. It's not great grass, but it's still grass nonetheless that is completely free to us. And you are able to do that. Now, I don't know if maybe there was a situation where the individual was trying to mow the grass in August when you first load up Calmlands. I think there might be at least a month of growing stage, or maybe even 2, before you can mow the grass. Not positive on that statement, but that's the only thing I can think of that could have been hindering them from being able to mow the grass. But as you can clearly see right now, we are mowing the grass and mowing the grass nicely. Now, I've got some plans here for the next couple of episodes. Today, we're going to be focusing on grass mowing, and then we're going to start incorporating some other unique and fun stuff that we have not used yet that has come out on ModHub. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to give any spoilers away besides that, but keep on a lookout here for the next episode and even the following one after that. We're going to be doing some unique stuff, and hopefully it works out. I mean, there's always a chance that I'm saying we're going to try it, and then I go to do it, and it doesn't work out, but hopefully we are able to do so. Now, we're going to mow a small section here. Now, I understand I already mowed pretty much from where we started at over to here, but we're just going to mow a small section today because it is going to take us a while to mow this, and then we haven't bought a windrower yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to afford a windrower right now. We might have to kind of suffer here for the beginning stages without a windrower, which is not really the most ideal situation, but we'll be able to get by. It just might take us a little bit longer when it comes to the baling. Now, this mower that we've got here is a fantastic mower. It's a sickle bar mower, excuse me. The only sickle bar mower that is currently out on ModHub. This one, I do not believe it could have been. Now that I'm actually getting ready to say this, but I'm pretty positive this sickle bar mower was not on FS22. They had multiple sickle bar mowers out there for you to choose from, but I'm pretty positive this one was not one of them. This is a pretty cool sickle bar mower. I really like it. It doesn't have a massive width or anything like that. It's not like you're going to be able to knock out the grass mowing in a fast pace. But having said that, we are cooking at about 15, 16 miles per hour. So this is faster than most mowers. But the width is not that great. So that's about the only negative to it. Otherwise, it's fantastic. I really like it. I've got big chunky tires on it, as many of you know if you've been around on the channel for a while. You know I've got a weird obsession with chunky tires. I don't know why. I just always want to have chunky tires on my equipment. I just think it looks better. But the funny thing about chunky tires is I like them, right? But I don't like having dualies. So I just like them to be chunky, single chunky tires instead of the dualies. I know a lot of people like the dualies, but I don't know. Just never really caught my eye, I guess. Anyway, if you're enjoying this series so far to this point, gang, and you haven't done so already, please consider smashing that like button for me. It absolutely helps me out more than you can possibly imagine, man. Now, a couple other notes. I know a number of people. Rusty Money Gaming said he's taking it on, and I believe he's already released his first video. I believe Farmer Mike is also doing it. Those two guys are some of the crew that I always say we always kind of take on each other's challenges. So if you haven't yet, go give them a watch, but I'm going to add them down below. I do know there are a few other individuals as well. I believe Sheriff, who's a member on my channel, is also saying he's going to do it. I believe M55 Gaming, who is a newer member on my channel, also says he's going to do it as well. So quite a few people are already in the process, at least, of getting set up to take this challenge on, and it's exciting, man. I can't wait to see how everyone tackles this challenge. It's a very unique challenge. You're, secluded to one little tiny space here, and you got to be very creative of how you're going to go about it. Now, both of those windmills that we put in the last episode, they have absolutely helped us, but we're still losing money every month right now. Now, I could just continue to put down more windmills, right, and get us to a point where we're not losing money. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Speaking of things like that, that's something I would consider to be a little bit unrealistic, right? If you're having just 7 windmills just to keep yourself above, I don't think you're really taking the challenge that seriously, right? And I know a couple people are laughing at me, and you're completely right in that statement. I said let's try not, at least early on, to utilize a whole lot of super unrealistic mods, and having said that, you're starting with a tractor that's on a super unrealistic setting. But we'll just gloss over that, right? We'll just gloss over that for now. It's not as big of a deal, I don't think, from an equipment standpoint. I'm talking more from a production standpoint. So like the windmills, or if you've got I talked about silage productions, like a silo where you can churn out all of your silage in an hour. That is what I'm saying, try to stay away from, at least early on in this series. Once maybe you've gotten to you're solidified yourself and you're making plenty of money, I mean, if you want to do it then to help maybe save yourself a little bit of time, absolutely, 100%. I'm all for that. I'm obviously one who, as the series is plural, go along, I always bend the rules a little bit and say, okay, we're going to utilize a trailer that has an outrageous capacity or whatever, right? Because it just helps save us time, and you'll be able to get a little bit better quality of a video versus me just running back and forth making 40 trips with a trailer that has 7,000 or 10,000 liters, right? If that makes sense. Couple other notes: if you are interested in taking on this challenge and you want to know more about everything involved in it, or if you stumbled across this and didn't watch the other ones, everything's down below in the description. There are certain specifics there that you need to follow, but then there's a lot of things that are just kind of player's choice, right? Dealer's choice, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty much making this as difficult as I possibly can. I have it on hard. I have everything on. All the disasters, snow, everything's on. We've got periodic plowings on. We have lime. We've got everything, right? So everything's on. You don't necessarily have to go that difficult if you don't want to. But I just wanted to do that because I know a lot of people in the past have mentioned that my challenges weren't difficult enough. So we're going to go for a really difficult one and see how we do here. But certainly make it your own if you decide you want to do this, right? Take the basic rules of it and then make it your own, however you want to do it. Whatever your subscribers or members or viewers like to watch, go for it. I'm not here to tell you exactly how to do it. I just want you to follow the basic rules of the tractor, the shed, the trailer, the starting money, the starting loan. Pretty much the rest of it's up to you. Now, speaking of that, one thing to note that I know other people were asking about, and I for whatever reason, regretfully did not mention it in either of the first 2 videos. No leasing whatsoever. I mean, that might have been obvious a little bit, But just in case it wasn't for anybody, no leasing whatsoever. You have to buy everything. Leasing would make this challenge way too easy, in my opinion. You'd be able to just lease everything you need and be able to accomplish it in 15, 20 episodes. This series really, realistically, should be running for a long, long time, right? So, no leasing at all. No contracts. There shouldn't be many contracts anyway out there. It's probably 3 or 4 contracts at most. But no leasing, no contracts of any sort. That is all listed down below in the description. I've got some optional objectives as well down there that I kind of mentioned in episode 2. I'll mention them again briefly. We are going to do a contract for construction. So that means we have to accomplish the optional goal of completing a construction contract or construction build, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to do that. Now you might be asking, we don't have a whole lot of wood. How are you going to do that? You're right, we don't. We're going to have to buy that outright, which is not going to be cheap. So let's go ahead and fold this up. That's going to be sufficient for now. We've got a lot more grass to mow, but we're going to hold off on mowing that grass for right now. A couple notes as well. Somebody mentioned to me, and rightfully so, for whatever reason it was blank in my mind, the plow does fold up, and as you can see in the distance there, it is in the shed right now. So I just completely forgot that plow folds up. So thank you to whoever that was. I normally try to look your name up, but I did not do it today. I'm doing this one a little bit later at night, so I'm kind of pressed for time, I guess, that I kind of forgot about it. So I apologize, but I will try to call you out in the comments here when the video releases, whenever that is. Or maybe I can put it up in the edit, future Z, if you see this portion, or if you hear this portion when you're doing the edit. So let's head back up to the shop here. Let's grab the baler here, and we'll bale up some of those. We'll bale up some of those. We're going to bale the grass. Now, as far as a windrower goes, what price are we looking at here? They're kind of pricey here. I mean, we've got a 5,000 and a 9,000. I think that's going to put us a little bit too close right now. Because there is something else I want to do, and it's not going to be in this episode. It'll be in the next one. Like, as I mentioned, or kind of teased, I guess, early on. There is something we're going to add to the farm specifically, but it's going to require a little bit of money to do so. And it's probably going to be for the next episode. Now, we're not going to be able to turn these into silage for a little while either. A wrapper is not cheap by any means. 16,000 to be exact. I guess I could do it, but the problem with that is you need 2 tractors really for that wrapper. I mean, there's been times, I guess, where I've been able to drop it on the side and actually utilize it, but a lot of the times it requires power, and we only have 1 tractor right now, so we're just going to have to kind of bale these up as regular grass for now, maybe go sell them. Not going to make a ton of money, but again, this is free grass anyway. So it's better than nothing, right? And it's going to provide us with a little bit of money. It might be, $1,000 overall, but it's $1,000 that we didn't have, right? And that's going to help us because right now, give or take, having the understanding that the windmills we put in the last episode were not put in early in the morning, we're still losing around $1,000. It's probably going to be more like 700, 800 or something like that, maybe 600 if we're lucky, that we're losing every single month based off the loan interest and then the maintenance interest. So we've got to figure out a way to stop that bleeding, if you will, right? And what I mean by that is we've got to find some more productions or greenhouses or whatever it is we decide to do here to be able to continue to produce some money for us. And for starters, we're just going to do bales of grass. Now, I'm thinking about, honestly, taking some of this section here and make a very, very small either goat or sheep pasture, maybe both, since we have so much grass here for right now. And maybe trying to do that and make some wool out of it. We will see if that ends up being the case, if I decide to continue on that path or that thought. But it probably won't happen for a couple of episodes if we do decide to go that path, because as I mentioned in the next one, there's something specific that I'm going to be putting in. Just trying to tease it, man. I'm trying to make sure you come back. I hit my microphone with my beard. I apologize. Trying to make sure you come back, watch the next episode so you can see. I have yet, at least at this point of the recording, yet to see anybody do it on any of the guys that, you know, do all the challenges together. I have yet to see anybody do this yet. So, hopefully, we'll see. But hopefully I will be the first one to do it. And we can kind of figure it out together. Now, we're going to have to turn our trailer into the bale-ish type of trailer. And it's not going to hold that many bales, right? It's going to hold very few bales. So, I don't know how many it will hold. I really do not. But we're going to have to pick them up with the forks here and try to set them in there neatly as much as possible. And hopefully we can make some decent money. Now, a windrower would be really, really nice here, but again, I can't justify doing it right now. It's just too much money, and there is one out on ModHub that I guess I could potentially get. Now that I think about it, I completely forgot about it until just now. I'm not sure it would be any faster, though. It's not a very big one. It's very, very small. Man, I have to really remember to stop this thing much earlier than I am. Okay, the bale is now stuck inside. This is going well. Okay, I don't know how to get that bale out. Maybe it'll just spit out, hopefully, eventually. Oh, look at this bale. Okay. All right. Maybe when the door opens again. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Well, that was about as unrealistic as you can get, so let's just gloss over that one as well, huh? So it seems like a lot of people are really enjoying this series so far, and I'm really happy about that. I'm on paper, I thought it was going to be a great one when I released it to my members in a kind of an early pre-stage thought. It wasn't even almost. It was completely unanimous that this is what they wanted, which I'm happy about, right? This is the one I really thought I wanted to do too. And if you're interested in that, just quick shameless plug here for a minute. I do have a members-only series that is released once a month. It's normally either a episode of a members-only episode that is a series that we run, or when it's time to start thinking about a new series, as is the case with this one prior to it beginning, I will put some of my, for lack of, I guess, of better terms, my pen to paper on some of my thoughts and make a video about it for my members to see what their thoughts are first. Because if it's something that, you know, on paper looks like it would be a great idea, but when it actually comes to fruition and you put it into a video, doesn't necessarily always mean it's going to work out like you think, right? It may not always come out as well as you expect it to. So you get access to that. You also get every video that I release early. Sometimes I have multiple videos loaded up. Other times it's just the day before. It really depends on my schedule and what's going on in my life. But you get early access to that as well. So, among other things. So, if you're interested in it, shameless plug. It's down below in the description. Now, a windrow would be nice, but we're not doing too bad here. It's taken a while, but we're still able to do it. We're not doing a terrible job either, I don't think. There's a lot of grass here, as you can see. You might be, when I was first mowing, you might be like, why didn't you just mow the whole thing? Well, because of how long this is going to take, as you can clearly see. We don't have enough time in this episode to do the entire fields, or the entire field, I guess, the entire plot of land, however you want to word it. But we should get plenty of bales out of this. Now, what we're going to eventually do here after we probably drop another 2 bales maybe, I think I'm going to run the trailer up to the shop and customize it and remove at least one of the sides so we can start putting bales into the side of the trailer. And that way we can actually see how much true room we have on that trailer. I do not expect it to be much. The fact that it does not become just a full bale trailer and it only opens up one side of the trailer itself is going to hinder us a little bit on how many we can probably stack in there. Really, I probably need to stack them the other way, on the other end of where they currently are they're sitting, right? So that's going to be taking a little bit of time to go around and do that as well. Let's get one more bale dropped out here, and then let's run up to the shop and modify that. And let's just see how many bales we can get in there. All right, we're heading back here, and I'm thinking you might be able to get 2, maybe 3 in there, and then we can stack them on top of each other. So really, not a lot. Not a lot at all. But, you know, it is what it is. We gotta deal with it. That we can't really afford to buy anything. Excuse me, gang. Can't afford to buy anything else right now. Okay, so let's see here. We need to get this set up now. Let's extend those out. That's for sure. That definitely needs to happen. All right, let's see if we can... Well, that worked out well. Good job, Z. Way to go, buddy. Looked like you know what you're doing for a minute here, huh? Goodness gracious, that was terrible. Now, I'm going to say something to you right now. If you have not been around the channel for a while, and if you have, you already know, I'm not that great. I need to wait. I need to wait for 2 of them. 2 of them is too heavy. I need to wait. Okay. Well. Good to know. Alright, 1 is fine, but 2 is too heavy. Okay. I'm not that great at stacking bales, gang, so this is going to be a real challenge for me. I'm just... Full disclosure. I am not good at stacking bales. Now, I think that's relative. I think a lot of people would argue and say that they're also not good at stacking bales, but just, I want you to be aware that I'm going to do the best I can here in this situation, but I am not good at stacking bales. Alright? I'm not. Now, having this backstop here is absolutely going to help me. I will tell you that right now. It is 100% going to help me. Because I can kind of push it up to the edge of that and then just... Easy, easy. Don't flip over. Thank you. I can push the bale up to the end of the trailer backstop wall, or whatever you want to call it, which is absolutely going to make it easier on me. And we're getting stuck on the grass a little bit, and we definitely need a weight back here. I think for now I'm going to have to deal without having a weight based off of everything we've already talked about. We just really cannot afford to spend the money on anything right now for what we need to accomplish and be able to continue to succeed here. Alright, I think I can fit a 3rd one in there. I'm going to have to push some stuff around, I think, but I think we can fit a 3rd one in there. And then hopefully we can stack some on top of it. If we can get another 3 on top, I feel like that's going to be relatively good. Alright, let's see. It's a good thing we didn't go for a bigger size bale here. This is probably going to be tough, actually, now that I'm seeing this. I don't know how I'm going to... Okay. Now, if I push this... Sorry about the shoddy cami work here, gang. I'm doing the best I can, all things considered. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh boy, now I've done it. Now I've done it. Okay. Okay, this is not working. I mean, it's going to let me stack it that way. It's a little awkward, but it is going to let me stack it. Okay, well, all right. Well, I guess we'll stack it that way. Weird. Okay. It's probably going to be 3 more. That's probably the extent of what we're going to be able to put up there. I think I mentioned that already, but I'm just reiterating it now that I'm seeing that. So not many. So really we need to try to do as best we can here, get to a point as quickly as possible. To maybe it'll be able to put down a pit, right? And get rid of that baler. Granted, we're going to waste a little bit of money on it, but for now, until we're able to get that pit, I think it's the only option, really. We've got to make money during this off-season. We've got to be able to get enough money going here to be able to get a harvester, right? We don't even have a harvester yet. And that harvester is going to cost more than 20 grand overall. The one we were talking about utilizing, I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, but the one we were talking about utilizing will not work. All of you have mentioned that in the comments, and thank you very much for saying that to me. I guess I should have thought about that, but I didn't. It really is only going to turn it into chaff, basically. It's not actually going to be able to harvest the crop fields. So that's not really going to work. That's not what we want, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, so these are 3,500 liters each. I don't think grass is going to be more than $50, probably. It's not a fantastic time, but grass really doesn't fluctuate all that much. The farmer's market is $46. I don't know where the farmer's market is. They must have moved stuff, because normally it was all in one location. The animal dealer is very close. It's $2 difference. Where's the farmer's market at now? Oh, they put it down here. Okay. We might have to jump down there and take a look at that. I didn't realize they... Was that always there? I don't think so. I don't know. Now I'm questioning everything. I don't think that was there in FS22. All right, here's the last one, gang. We'll stack it up there and we'll go sell these. I'm just going to sell it up here by the main selling point. It's $2 difference. I don't think it's worth it for us to drive as far as we have to go sell them at the other one for $2 more per 1,000 liters. Granted, we've got quite a lot of grass here. It's a lot more than I thought. I thought these were going to be about 2,000 liter bales, but they ended up being 3,500. So it is more than I expected, but I still, it's a $2 difference. It's going to cost us more in gas and wear and tear to get there. 21,000 liters of grass. It's going to be like $600. But it's $600 in free money. So you could argue that it's paying for a couple of things, right? This is exciting. It's our first sell. It's just grass, but still, it's our first sell. So I'm heading up here, and my wife, I don't know how long ago this was. So those of you that have been around the channel for a long time know that I'm from Ohio. My wife is from Kentucky, and somewhere in the sticks in Kentucky. One time, we're sitting, this is real life, we're sitting getting ready to go across a busy road, and lots of cars were coming, just like we just saw there, and she looked at me and said, somebody left the gate open. And I said, what? So I want to know down below, Has anybody ever heard the term somebody left the gate open? Assuming if you're watching this, you know something about farming, and maybe you have. But I, at this point, had yet to hear this. So I'm interested to see if anybody who is still watching knows what that means. Let me know down below if you know what that means. I'm not going to the right spot. I'm going to the customization or the maintenance spot. Where are we going here? Animal dealer. Where are we going? It's back there in the back somewhere. I got flustered by all those cars going by, and it reminded me of that story. I love that they have a Duckies here, which is like the Buckies, right? It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious. Okay, so right here. All right, well, let's see what we get. Let's hope for more than 600 bucks. 931. Okay, so about $1,000 almost. I am happy with that. I am very happy with that. And it's only going to go up for the next couple of months, which is good because we're going to be doing a lot of grass mowing, I think, for a little while here. So that definitely helps. Being able to get $1,000 every time we get 6 bales to take up here. That definitely helps. Okay. All right, we are pretty much done here with what we have mowed so far of our field, or our plot of land. A couple of little things we can go walk around here. We can drive around here and touch up or clean up. I do not think we're going to get another bale out of this unless we were to mow more, which we are not going to do today. Decent amount of bales. We sold 6. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more out here on the area that's been mowed. So decent. That's decent, right? Just going to get this last little strip over here if it lets me. Head around down here at the end. I know there were some down here on the corner that were missed just based off of the turning radius. But we got most of it, I think. Alright, good. We can go ahead and put this away. We are actually starting to run out of room in the shed now, which is funny. At the beginning, when I completely forgot about the folding up of the plow itself, I was thinking, well, we might not be able to put a whole lot in here. But now, look at us. Alright, we'll turn that off, and we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. All that stuff helps me out an absolute ton. Don't forget, if you want to become a member, links down below in the description. Also, there's a link to my Discord down below if you're interested in that. I put videos, anytime I post a video on my farming channel, it is put up there as well. I also have a secondary channel whenever I put a video up there, which has been a while immediately because of how busy it's been. But whenever I put something up there as well, I also release, whenever I put something up on my other channel, I release it on that Discord as well. So you can check it if you're interested in that. Thanks so much for your watching. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'll see you in the next episode.